Today I am going to teach you two important conceptual tips which will help you not to make any mistakes in national income questions. Pay attention. These will really help you. Tip 1 is actually related to our national income aggregates. As you can see, I have already written GDPmp and NNPfc here. Remember, if the question asks you calculate national income, whenever only this is mentioned, it means they are asking you to calculate NNPfc. Straight away, this is what you need to understand, that you have to calculate NNPfc if the question asks just calculate national income. Let's start. Whenever there is any type of national income aggregate given, there are three types of economic adjustments we need to pay attention to. The first one is this. This is gross, which we might have to convert to net. This is D. D is domestic, which we might have to change to national. And this is MP, which we need to change to FC. So always we have to observe these three variables in any national income aggregate. Now when I want to convert gross to net, what I need to do? It means I have to adjust depreciation. I have to minus depreciation in case I am going from gross to net. In case I have to go from domestic to national, it means I have to add NFIA. And the third one is if I am going from MP, which is market price, to factor cost, then it means I have to subtract net indirect taxes. Let's try one question. As you can see on the screen, this is the question given. If you want, you can pause the video, try it yourself, and then come back and check the answer. Let's go step by step. We are given here that we have to calculate NDPfc, and the information given is that GDPmp is what we need to convert to NDPfc. So let's go step by step. First one is G, you want to reach N here. So when I have to go from G to N, this means this is gross to net. What I need to do? I have to minus depreciation. And minus means, it means I have to subtract this 100. This 100 I have to minus. Second thing we have to notice is that we have to go from this N to D. Now N here means national to domestic. Now when we are going from national to domestic, it means I have to subtract. I have to subtract NFIA. So this is what I need to minus. Okay, this is minus, this is minus. Third thing we have to pay attention is MP to FC. Whenever MP to FC is given, first you need to calculate net indirect taxes. Remember the formula for net indirect taxes is indirect taxes minus subsidies. So here indirect taxes is given as 300 minus this 200. So 300 minus 200 will give you 100. This is your net indirect taxes. And in order to go from MP to FC, we need to subtract this net indirect taxes. So ultimately, your equation would become, let me write it using a different color so that it's easier for you to understand. So it would be, total amount would be your 6,000 minus 100 minus 400 and minus 100 again. this net indirect taxes, your answer should come to 5,400 crores. So this is the final answer. You must try 8 to 10 questions based on this. Definitely one question will come in the board exams. Do check them out, do try them, do practice them. It's easier once you get this concept well. Okay, now let me share another important tip related to national income questions. You already know that there are 3 methods to calculate national income: value added method, income method, and expenditure method. Now the tip I am going to share here is to avoid a very common mistake students make. Usually you will get a question, calculate national income by using one of these methods. Now when you calculate the respective national incomes by using any of these methods, you must know that what are you actually getting when you are using the formulas for each method. For example, when I am calculating value added or output method and adding GVMP of primary, secondary and tertiary sector, the value I am getting is GDPmp. Or even when I am using your output method, you are getting GDPmp. When I am using the formula for income method, which is compensation of employees, operating surplus, mixed income, the value I get there is NDPfc, not GDPmp. I get the value NDPfc. And when I use expenditure method, which is your C plus I plus G plus X minus M, again the value I am getting here is GDPmp. So pay attention to which formula, which method you are following and what is the final answer you will get. Now the question is calculate national income. National income always means your NNPfc. So this is what we need to finally arrive at. So whichever method you are using, pay attention to what you get there, but the final answer has to be NNPfc, and accordingly therefore you will adjust your depreciation, NFIA or net indirect taxes as we discussed in tip number 1. Let's quickly summarize the entire conversion. We start with GDP at MP. First we subtract depreciation to remove the wear and tear of capital goods. This gives us net domestic product at market price or NDPmp. Next we adjust for net indirect taxes. Remember, net indirect taxes are indirect taxes minus subsidies. This gives us NDPfc. Finally, we convert domestic income into national income by adding net factor income from abroad, abbreviated as NFIA. After adding NFIA, we arrive at NNP at factor cost, which is known as national income. If you want to check out more national income concepts, you must check another video where I explain important foundations such as intermediate goods and final goods, nominal GDP and real GDP, which are also frequently asked in board exams. For more clear and exam focused explanations, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you found this video helpful, please like the video and share it with your classmates who are preparing for CBSE or ISC economics exams. If you have any questions related to national income or macroeconomics, feel free to write them in the comments below. I will be happy to help.